Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I want to speak about something called the proper protocol. It's a innovation in health and social care. I'm trying to push forward. The proper protocol refers to it's the proper method, which is the proper technique. It allows psychiatrists to do something to help release get severely disabled individuals at risk, very vulnerable individuals. They can't speak. They have non-verbal autism. We don't understand why they can't speak or talk. How their brain is processing information to talk or speak. If it does work, if there's still some help we can give them. The goal is to sort it out 6 years old or 5 years old. But children in the UK enter 6 or 5, respectively, based on their capacity. But as the younger the better. If it can be 4 or 3, we're trying to figure out how autism develops or severe autism develops to change the life of many autistic individuals. The pop-up protocol is just a technique that works like this. So, you have a puppet. Say you have a puppet. The puppet is the anchor to that individual. It's about getting that individual autistic to understand subjectively who they are. Depending on the autistic, there's no intervention. You have to get the person to understand. Do you want this kind of color? Do you want this kind of thing? Your puppet, but that puppet has to look like them. Has to be not look like them. Internalize how they are in that state. As they develop, then they can change the puppet's clothing. And if they introduce it, that's introduced with the puppets. The goal is to give every autistic individual, severely a puppet to hold, and speak. What is the shyness? We try to understand, without giving them medication. It's not about medication treatment. It's about what a psychologist can look at and say, yes, he's getting better. Yes, there's something that's improving. We want to demystify autism. What is autism for severely? What does it mean? To be autistic or severely autistic. Once you get some people to understand, when people start speaking, you can really explain what is happening to them in their own minds. That is the goal of this research and development project. The goal here is to get people to understand, or people who are severely can't talk to be in schools, to be to social. You can check with them through puppetry. Whether they like to talk or not talk, or use sound, customize personal development puppet, something they can anchor, which is an anchor to their being. It's a technique that applies to everywhere, but the method too. All techniques are methods. It's model agnostic. It applies to everyone, which is a formal definition of a technique. So that's the proper protocol. It allows for people to talk and talk and talk and talk and talk without being whether they want to need something to change their puppet. That puppet is meant to be their anchor. It needs to be clean, dressed, and reflect their true nature. Using personal development framework, and which is just a method of doing something properly. Now we also go to a personal development framework. This normally gets to autism people. It's just a general thing. Persona is by Carl June. Is a concept that says persona is static. It's what people want to show to the world, but that's a false negative. Carl didn't do any research and development to claim that. I'm claiming that persona is never static. It's always evolving. I define a persona is what people want to show to the world. What they want to be seen. I have a tattoo. This is my culture. This is my origin. The term persona refers to personal identity. When I want to personify to you. It's same in a workplace. I want to be professional and working. To that people. And this is a true thing. Say for example, we have a doctor. Someone become a doctor. The doctor is speaking in tongues. You have say you have a patient. You're gonna have cardiac arrest if you don't stop eating pizza and all this junk food. That's the medical term he's using in your face. Cardiac arrest means heart attack. In a month's in 1.5 months time if you don't stop eating all this junk food. Now that doctor has falsely communicated that information because the person is developing or developed, but he's not really anchored the meaning into that individual that is talking, like he's that overweight individual who's trying to, because his language is very poor, his poor communication. He's technically advanced, but his communication is poor, which is the bridge he has to express that thing. He's in a formal terminology. When your teacher starts speaking jargon, like some PhD classes, the teacher going to explain some terminology and still continue talking about it. It hinders the ability for students to learn or grasp that concept at the high levels, or the whole, it doesn't give him credibility. It just makes him look stupid either as well. I'm speaking to you. But he's not doing it on purpose. He may be doing it on purpose. He's not doing it on purpose because his persona. That's the persona he wants to show to people. But he forgets. He forgets that. He may forget that persona is what. But the thing about persona development is very dynamic. It's conscious about you. I can say say you have a yep, 1 second. Wait, 1 second. 1 second again. 1 second. So if you see this image on my screen here, it's about a woman with a good persona. She's like a strong leader outlet. Someone that persona development is not it's not for certain people. It's for people who you want to admire. You look at them and see, I want to be like that. Because your person is so developed, they are like actively pulling on you. You're conscious to be that businessman, businesswoman, or this kind of sports. This is a sports example. This is a person. It's a snapshot of a person's internalization process, like what I want to show to the world. Like this is me. Yeah. So this is an AI image, but it really grounds that concept to you, because I want you to anchor this image if you don't understand anything I say. Personal development is just like this woman. She has a tattoo here, showing that she's used to this sport. She's ready for the game, and she's not doing a peace sign, and she got ripped abs. She got like ripped abs. This is the kind of thing I want you to understand. She's a volleyballist, and she's one of the best volleyballists in Japan or China or Korea or China, some place in the world. But but she goes to places. She lives by the land, by the sea. This was the kind of a nest, and this is her court. This is her court. This is her court that she will win, because she's so confident. She knows how to play the game, the volleyball game. This is what the personal development stage. It's the persona is developing. It's influenced by. It may be influenced by environment factors. The curated, what I call the curated duality of what is it? Something. Which is like this is just a picture of ES, but it really understands my development system. So she's a lady that's not real, but you understand what she is. She's a woman. Her persona is developed. She's anchored that thing into her. She's a volleyballist, and she's proud. She's smiling. That's what I'm trying to say to you. So we got the proper protocol. Now this is the autism, the personal development. When you see a son playing with a thing, it's about understanding, having true identity, and show who you are. I'm proud of it. When people say they are the prime, this is what they mean. This is an example of what they mean. You see this image here. This is what they mean. I'm prime. I can't be messed up. I'm in a flow state. Whether you know it or not, I'm in a flow state. This thing means maybe she works as a. You can say she works at a fish shop, like selling chai fish, kai fish, which is delicious fish in Japan, I believe. I don't know. But this is her persona developed. It's something that she internalizes herself as identity anchor to her hometown. When she plays volatile, when she goes at ball, she plays. Now, that's what persona development framework is all about. It's about being seen, but not being manipulated. It's about your true self. Who am I? What do I show to the world? Which I call authentic persona. Now, the thing about persona development, you got persona development. You now got people who are like persona disorder. Persona disorder is the opposite of persona development. It refers to 1 second. Okay. So this is civil collapse. And like civil collapse is a term I called. It's a political term, because a lot of things happen to my house. And I'm 24. I'm in social care. 18 social care. Civil collapse refers to the collapse that no one's getting houses and social care, health and social care system. It's a term I coined to explain my situation. whether it's food, water, shelter, and security. Because right now I'm in a support accommodation, which is health and social care reform, or the OBINexus reform and access research and development to for all departments and divisions to sustainability, which are services reform.obinexus.computing.org or research.obinexus. Access.obinexus, which access means R&D, research and development department. Access.obinexus.computing.org. Based on the two principles. But this is the civil collapse. Civil collapse is a term, and it means a civilian collapse. Because it's not like a war collapse. It's like there's a lot of fighting in the system. It's because of the struggle in the system of housing or on bare bones necessities or foundational systems, where the civil versus civilian matters. Whether people are rich. So, because of what experienced people understanding that people think of themselves as too much, and they have houses. People who are political office should just talk nonsense. What I call bureaucrats or authority council, the bureaucratic just talk, using £700 million, £633 million, by 2024, 2023, and not be able to house me. I was homeless on the essential culture system from 29 November to 8 January, which I call the civil collapse. I didn't get a property. I still reside in the public accommodation here. The Civil Collapse Manifesto is really about understanding what's happening around you. This is a political term for explaining bureaucratic decisions and not doing jobs correctly. Hence, civilian collapse. It involves civilian. So this young person, the Gen Z, is like the Gen Z refers to my generation, but this is on behalf of them. But see, this person, this could have persona disorder. But I learned about it. I have a persona developer because I have something called clinical depressed. I don't have clinical depression because I am angry or depressed, but I'm depressed because my actions are not. Can't do. I'm not autonomous. That kind of depression I have. It's just being work. So there's no direction forward. It's like no way forward for me, and that's what I'm saying. It's a civilian collapse. Hence the Reform Action Division to protect my business. I lost some money for 3 months, 3 November to 28 January, to get housing. But using that money to get out of health and social care. But they want to give me a house, independent property, which is the problem I'm still fighting now for £270 million, suing them. So this is my manifesto. This is what I wrote. This is an engineering major, but it's depicting someone who is on the system and is being watched, observed, 3 cameras, houses. It's a civilian collapse. See how the civilian, no one's doing houses, no one's building houses, building flats. Everyone is lost, and this is what I mean. This is how I internalize this image. This is an engineering message about civil collapse. Yep. So we got one more thing to show you. I'm gonna leave this image on. So this is civilian collapse. This is my transition of personality disorder. When people have this personality disorder, they're referring to the people who are maniacs or crazy or angry or depressed. It's because the persona has flipped. They can't really focus on the crucial problem because they have foundational needs. Because when people can't do stuff, so you have foundational needs and a due track system. You have Alexa, pause. You have a exploration track, what you want to do, and you got the foundation track, what you gotta sustain to build food, water, shelter, which is the foundation means sustainability of the exploration track. You can't have a good persona develop without the foundation. You get without the baby bones, and that's why I'm depressed. Yes, and we got one more. We got one more. I saw say you have a child. The Peggy. I'm gonna give you an example. Say there's a problem. This is one thing. There's one problem. Children are meant to play outside work games. No. What I'm saying is we got the game in system for children. We got a PEG 3, which is university, so anyone can play U games, which is age 3 plus. Age 7 plus is a PG, parental guidance. So the problem I solved is age ratio. When you have a child sitting next to you, a child wants to play a game that's 16 or 15, 14. 7. They have to be 3 plus to play that game, like FIFA, which is 3, or like Skylanders, which is a game. 1 minute is like 3 plus is the age for that game. And that's what I'm saying to you. So you have a 3+. So there has to be 3 or 6 or 5 or not 7 to play. So but you have to get on the person. You have to get the person to guide them and watch them to understand how they process information. Because you can process it anyhow. But when your person is there, there's kind of a guidance. Whether it's 1 hour or 2 hours of a PS5 or PS4 or Xbox or Nintendo Switch or any console for that matter you're playing it on. The parental is like a guidance to play that game. This is part of the research development I'm trying to make for autism. People with autism, people who are in need. For my systems, which is work on fair, uncertainty, and down principles, which is to mitigate them. So no fear, no because if you have a computer system with a bad UI UX and just a normal UI UX, a normal person can use it okay. A normal person without autism can use it okay, but a disabled person like me sometimes will struggle with that system. To and you have troubles navigating that system. That would be bad for the majority of the people, who are autistic, who have disability. If someone has a broken hand and they type and no one just type on a computer, that broken hand will be bad for them to do something with, because it's gonna be painful typing on a keyboard or something like that. Hence the fraud mitigation layers. If a normal person can use the system, okay. A disabled person, which is the fraud concept, we have a problem, struggle with using a system. Yes, will struggle with using a system, and that's what the fraud layer is meant to mitigate. If a normal person uses it perfectly without okay, not okay or perfectly, almost near perfectly, a disabled person will find it okay or near okay. You get. That's the idea I want to give you of the fraud layer. So that's what it's all about. So we're talking about civil collapse, Reform UK, reforming something, age reading guidance, it's Peggy 7+, 16, 18, 24, 15. Where you guide their content to mature in a correct, coherent way, so they don't misunderstand or misinterpret something that you watch, whether it's a adult or not. And that's the layer of trying to express. So that's the thing. You can go back, save this video if you really care about autism, if you care about autism, but help you understand what autism is. Autism is just a neurodevelopment development disorder in the brain. But it's not really a disorder. It can empower people, which is not really, it's really debated, but it's not really, it's a hot topic right now. Okay, thank you, goodbye. Take care, okay? Have a lovely one.